I had my placenta encapsulated, and it's been interesting. The reason I did it was after reading about it. I had a friend who told me about it. She was going to do it, and I'd heard about it before, and I'd always thought about doing it and wanted to do it, but wasn't totally sure about it because it sounds really creepy and weird, and it is. You're essentially eating part of yourself, one of your organs. But after reading about it, first of all, there's no scientific proof or evidence that it even works. They haven't done any testing, really. They don't know much about it. So you're not going to see anything from a doctor that says, yeah, do it. But the reason why I decided to do it is after looking at all the comments and reviews from people who have done it, I didn't find anyone who, I found one person who spoke negatively about it, and there were other reasons why she could have potentially had a bad experience. It might not have been the placenta pills, for example, but everyone who did it said basically hands down they would do it again. It went anywhere from neutral, you know, not really sure if it worked or not, to glowing reviews. I didn't really find much negative, so that was a bonus. That was a huge bonus to know that no one was, you know, regretting doing it. The benefits to doing the placenta encapsulation, the reason why I did it was, first of all, the reviews. Moms who even had one child without it and then another child later and did the placenta encapsulation said they noticed a huge difference and would 100% do it again. So right there, that told me that it was definitely, you know, something worth checking out. But the benefits of it are it's supposed to help with your milk production, which can be really tough for a lot of new moms. Nursing is a whole other topic and has been extremely challenging. And I haven't posted videos in a while because I have a very high energy baby who never sleeps and who never likes to be put down and who's always hungry. I'll talk more about that later, but that's why I haven't really been posting much. But other benefits to the placenta encapsulation are less bleeding. It shortens the amount of time that you bleed afterwards, increased healing, increased mood. It's supposed to help with the baby blues, not get postpartum depression, which some people say you mostly get, you know, if you're going to get it a few days after birth, but then there's a lot of people who actually do get it 6 months after birth. So it's not something that, you know, it's kind of just, I mean, at that point, is it the baby blues or is it just you're so tired you can't see straight? Because that's pretty much the life of me right now and every new parent out there. Anyway, placenta encapsulation, when I did it, I almost didn't do it, and here's why. Because it's almost like the Wild West. It's not really regulated. There aren't any, you know, rules to doing it. Pretty much anyone can do it. So you want to find someone who's very clean. I found someone who is meticulous, and after talking to her, I felt very comfortable. In order for placentas to be released from the hospital, you do have to get tested for every major disease, HIV, STDs, hepatitis, and technically they're not supposed to release the placenta if you have anything major because, you know, they don't know what you're going to do with it. But when I contacted my hospital and tried to talk to my doctor and nurses, most people in the different departments that I talked to at the hospital, whether it was labor and delivery or the aftercare or pathology, nobody really knew what was required to release the placenta. So that was kind of eye-opening and a little bit scary for me. After I talked to one of the gynecologists I saw, she put my mind at ease a little bit more and said, no, they cannot release it if there are any major diseases. So essentially I kind of did take a chance, but you know, if it's true that the hospitals cannot release it if you do have any major diseases, then, you know, you're not going to catch anything. But that was a big concern of mine. I definitely don't want to, it's not worth it to get HIV or hepatitis or something serious, you know, that you can't get rid of. But anyway, my fears were answered well enough to move forward, and I decided to do it because it's not something you can wake up the day of your birth and say, I want to do. You have to get certain blood tests. You have to get your hepatitis C blood test, in addition to all the other prenatal labs that they run. Hepatitis C is extra. You have to pay for it out of pocket. And you also have to have someone lined up to pick it up, because they have to pick it up when it's fresh. You have to put it on ice or in a refrigerator and do it right away. You know, it's kind of like a raw cut of meat. It's so gross to think about. I don't eat it that way though. So, and anyway, you do need to plan ahead. There's a lot you need to do to plan ahead. So if you're gonna do it, but know that if you don't plan ahead and then the day of you really, really want to, it's too late. So maybe go through the steps and give yourself the option and get the pills, and then decide if you're, you know, on the fence. So this is what she gave me. It's a bottle of placenta capsules, and this is what they look like. Can you see that? It's not focusing, but it basically looks like a pill of ground up oregano. I mean, it's nothing, it's not like you're eating raw placenta. So the first time I was about to eat the pills, you do kind of smell a smell, so you gotta just do it. Drink water and maybe eat something to take the taste out of your mouth, and don't think about it. I hesitated, and then I took the plunge, and I didn't think about it ever since. And I will say, my experience has been positive. I have not had any major regrets or any negatives. Again, I don't know what it would have been like if I didn't do it. Maybe I would have had the same exact experience, but the first week, maybe week and a half after birth, I felt great. I had energy when Peter didn't. My husband was exhausted and looking at me like, you've been up all night, how are you smiling right now? So I did have more energy. My bleeding stopped pretty much kind of around week 3. I mean, it's still, you know, very, very minimal, if anything, but which is, you know, 3 weeks is maybe about normal, but it can go 6 weeks, 8 weeks for some people. I have not had any type of depression. I've had extreme amounts of anxiety and stress because it's very stressful and just is. I don't know that it's supposed to help with that, but maybe it would have been worse if I didn't. My milk production has been great. I have plenty of milk for the baby. He's nice and chubby and right on track with his weight gain, so that's a huge, huge benefit. So yeah, my experience has only been positive. I don't have anything negative to say. I would definitely do it again, because I wouldn't want to take a chance of not doing it and regretting it. And also, you can take those pills, because I have more left. Obviously, I'm done with the regular course of the pills, but you have enough to keep for later when you are emotional or moody or have PMS. You're supposed to be able to take them, and it's supposed to help mentally with everything. So in the bag that she gave me, the woman who did this, she also gave me a placenta print, which, I mean, I don't really know that I'm gonna frame it. She also gave me a tincture. I think you're supposed to be able to put that on wounds, or I don't know, it's supposed to be healing. And then this healing solution. Oh, I guess that's nothing to do with the placenta. It's just like a, kind of like what I would rub on my stomach every day to not get stretch marks. So if you have any questions, let me know. I looked into this a lot and thought about it a lot before I decided to do it. If you are looking to do it, let me know what your experience is like, or what you're thinking, if you are really excited, or if you have hesitations, or, you know, anything. I would be really curious to know what everyone's thoughts are, or if you've tried it and what your experience has been like. I would love to hear about that. So leave comments below and talk to me. I want to know, and ask any questions. I'm an open book. I'll tell you what my experience has been like, and yeah.